Hi there. So it's a foggy morning. It's 8:45, and I'm going to have a drive around, picking a few things up. But I thought it'd be a great idea now to give you a quick video on driving in fog. So I've got in the car. It's a little bit. All the windows were all covered in water. Luckily, they weren't covered in ice. That's one thing you've got to think about. So give yourself extra time. So if you get up in the morning, you see it's foggy, then don't just get in the car like normal. Give yourself more time to clear the windows. So it was a bit easier this morning. Just took an extra couple of minutes to clear the windows. So they're covered in condensation on the outside, a bit of rain from the night before, but you couldn't get ice. And remember that when it's foggy, you can get ice. You can't always see it. So once you got in the car and the windows are clean, get your demisters on straight away, just so you demist the car before you set off. Otherwise you're going to set off and the windows are steamed up slightly. And then before you set off, headlights, quite important. Headlights have got to go on, not just side lights, not DLR, daytime running lights, headlights, so people can see you more, you can see at the road more. And if it's foggy, put on your rear fog lights. And if you've got front fog lights, put them on as well. So my headlights are on, and I'm going to set off now. What you've got to remember is, give yourself more time to actually get to where you want to go, because otherwise you're going to be rushing. And expect, I suppose, another tip, expect cars with no headlights on, because they forgot or they think it's not as foggy as it is. So when you're coming to junctions, give yourself more time. Don't be afraid to stop and have a good look, because visibility, you've got pedestrians walking. I say this time in the morning, they're dropping the kids off at school, or they're on the way to start work. So give yourself more time. Like this car here, he hasn't got his headlights on, and he was about to cut the corner then, and he could see me coming around the corner with headlights, and then decided to go a bit wider. So you've got to expect the unexpected. And like I say, I was just saying about junctions, or when you're changing direction, watch out for people with no headlights on. We're coming to this junction here, and we're going to be doing a right turn. So you've got to be a bit more careful. So it's just expecting people, like there's people there rushing. And what you've got to remember is, when they're rushing to school, they're going to take risks. They're not going to check. And expect kids to cross the road this time in the morning. I'm looking at the road, I can't really see very far, so I'm going to put my rear fog lights on now, because it's a lot foggier than what it first looked like. So my rear fog lights are on at this moment, and I'm just looking at the road. You've got the car in front of me, he's got his front fog lights on, which is fantastic. He's already prepared. And I can see people crossing ahead of me. Now, do you see 100 metres or less? Well, I can't see that junction ahead of me, and I know there's a junction there. And I can see cars coming across, but as I get closer, I'll be able to see it. So you just got to be expecting dangerous things and give yourself more time. So this car here, it's got his fog lights on and side lights. So you want to put your headlights on, so you can see at the road more. And this one here's got his daytime running lights on. Fog lights. So get your headlights on, that's what they're there for, so people can see you. And then put your front fog lights or rear fog lights on. Daytime running lights are only going to show a little bit in front of you. And like I say, expect cars with no headlights on, no side lights on, because they forgot. Expect people to cross the road you can't see, so give them that a bit more time. Don't be kind of bibbing your own at everyone, because they're taking chances. They might not see you. They might be in a rush. So we've got a car coming up here. All he's got on is his side lights on. You're not going to see him from far away. And also the danger is, if you haven't got your headlights on, people are not going to see you, and they're more likely to step out in front of you. And it could be a car pulling out or a motorbike pulling out. So expect people doing silly things if you haven't got lights on. So stick your headlights on. I know I keep going on about them, but get them on. So I'm just checking this zebra crossing. Looks clear. I'm crossing. And don't feel like you've got to do the maximum speed. You know, give yourself a bit more leeway. Remember when you're learning your lessons, say adjust your speed, what's appropriate for the road conditions. Well, think of it like it's not far off snow, it's foggy. So give yourself a little bit more time to stop, a bit more time to kind of see things ahead of you. So it's a 30-mile-an-hour road, I'm doing 25, I can see ahead of me, but I'm not going to do 30. I'm just doing a bit more or less than what I'd normally go. And I'm adjusting my speed because it's a bit more dangerous. And if it gets a bit thicker, the fog, you know, you're going to go slower. You're not going to try and go fast. And this guy's going to go whiz past you. They're the idiot ones. It's like when the weather gets bad, idiots come out more. I don't know why. So you've got to be expecting silly cars doing silly things in front of you. So when the speed limit goes up, you know, you can go a little bit faster, but you've got to do it within reason. You can't, you know, if you're on a motorway and it's foggy, you know, there's probably going to be speed restriction on the motorway. But don't feel like you've got to do 70 miles an hour in fog, because you're going to hurt yourself. You're going to drive into the car in front of you because he slowed down, because it's fog patches. So I'm hoping these are helping you, these little things I'm talking about. If they are helping you, by the way, give it a thumbs up, and we'll carry on. So it's clearing away a little bit, but it's still foggy in the distance. So I can see quite far away at the moment. So I'm going to take off in fact I'll leave my rear fog lights on, because it's starting to get foggy. And this is what you're going to get. You're going to get fog patches where it's clear just a few minutes ago, and now it's getting a bit foggy here. And if you live near a river or a pond, then you're going to get more fog, because it's going to come off that. So I'm going to go left here. It's just busy, that's all it is, you know, because it's just part of the rush hour. As I turn in there, the fog looks a little bit more denser ahead of me. And it might look clear on the video, but it's actually quite tricky, because as that car gets into the distance, it's starting to disappear. Now, if you didn't have any headlights on, or fog lights, you would not see it. But I'm not going to be doing fast speed, because I want to be careful. I don't want to do crazy, you know. I'm looking in my rear view mirror. Most of the cars have got headlights on. There's one directly behind me, just side lights on. I'm not sure if you can see them in the camera there. We're going to go left here. And also, just remember this, you are going to get possibly ice patches where the fog's got quite dense and the temperatures drop quite a lot because of it. So if you live in a rural area, you know, there's that risk of there's going to be fog and ice on the roads. So you've got to be careful on them bends. So it's getting a bit dense here now. See the difference straight away. Go that way. I'm going to do a left turn here. So anyway, if you've enjoyed the video and you think it's helping a little bit, give it a thumbs up, and watch out for my next video next time, please.